We also have our friend and Mr. New Buffalo of 2006, Dustin Lowe on the bass guitar over there, right?
Buffalo.
Mr. New Buffalo, 2006.
I love it.
We're not lying. You can Google everything today, so you could call us out right away on that one. Definitely. So yeah, Mr. New Buffalo. And we have our friend Sharon Page who's going to sing some backup vocals and play some percussion with us. Sharon Page. Her husband is here from the Blues Drive from WVLP 103.1 FM. Mr. Bill Page is here, and he's going to be playing some dobro with us tonight. And on the harmonica, otherwise known as the blues harp, right? The blues harp.
Sure.
Mr. Pat Troy is joining us, you guys, on the harmonica, and he is amazing. Great musician. So let's have some fun. Honeybee's here, our bulldog. If at any point you want to come up and pet Honeybee, she is a 13-year-old bulldog rescue. She is very docile and very nice, and she will kiss you. We'll say that. She definitely will kiss you. So if you like slobbery bulldog kisses, we've got the dog for you. Okay, so let's have some fun. We have a new record out, and it's called Pepper in His Heart. We're going to play some songs off of that right now, you guys. So this song, Pepper in His Heart, was written about my friend Pepper, who's 4 years old, and her dad, Zach Blackwood. He's one of the owners of Burnham Brewing. They are huge music fans, and Pepper, at 4 years old, has her own record collection, and she knows the bands that she loves, and she knows the songs that she wants to hear, and she was the inspiration behind this song here, you guys, and the title track of our new album. So this is Pepper in His Heart, you guys. Let's have some fun tonight, right? Come on now. Hey! Come on, when did you guys get here? Huh? Yeah! Sneaky Pete. Come on now. Hi, ready, Dustin? Ready. Ready, T-Bone?
I am.
Sharon?
Ready.
Petra. T. Let's do this, buddy. Come on now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah. Whoa. Well, he woke up one morning, he was craving him some spice, so he drove to the grocery store to pick up something nice. He was stealing habaneros from the produce part. Now, old Zach Blackwood got a pepper in his heart. Pepper in his heart, yeah, pepper in his heart. Old Zach Blackwood got a pepper in his heart. Pepper in his heart, yeah, pepper in his heart. Old Zach Blackwood got a pepper in his heart. Let's go! Started sweating bad and he was sweating up a storm, so he took off all his clothes in the grocery store. The fire chief came with the hose that he got, but he couldn't tame the flame from the pepper in his heart. Pepper in his heart, yeah, pepper in his heart. Oh, Zach Blackwood got a pepper in his heart. Pepper in his heart, yeah, pepper in his heart. Oh, Zach Blackwood got a pepper in his heart. Pat Troy! Pepper in his heart. Oh, Zach Blackwood got a pepper in his heart. Pepper in his heart, yeah, pepper in his heart. Oh, Zach Blackwood got a pepper in his heart. Well, he woke up one morning, he was craving him some spice, so we drove to the grocery store to pick up something nice. He was stealing habaneros from the produce part. Now, old Zach Blackwood got a pepper in his heart. Well, he started sweating bad and he was sweating up a storm, so he took off all his clothes in the grocery store. The fire chief came with the hose that he got, but he couldn't tame the flame from the pepper in his heart. Pepper in his heart, yeah, pepper in his heart. Oh, Zach Blackwood got a pepper in his heart. Pepper in his heart, yeah, pepper in his heart. Oh, Zach Blackwood got a pepper in his heart.
Here we go. Well, hello out there. We're Bill and Kelly of the Bill and Kelly Show. We're here. We're very honored to actually interview these two.
The honor's all ours.
Oh,
Thank you.
no.
Thanks, you guys.
Well, no, I've actually been stalking you guys for the last couple of gigs, if you haven't noticed.
Yes, yeah, you came out to Off Square a couple weeks ago, and you've been to a bunch of shows.
Yeah,
18th Street.
Sure. So we've been kind of dying to ask some questions here. But first of all, I want to ask them. So, how many of you out there are fans of these two? All right. So let me ask, what is your favorite song?
All of them.
All of them?
All right, I like that. Third Coast?
Third Coast. Well, Michigan, right?
All right, yes.
Michigan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what would you say your favorite song?
The Pepper song.
Oh,
Pepper
Pepper in his
song.
heart.
Pepper in his heart?
I love Pepper.
Yeah, right. Come on, Cal.
That
Yeah.
makes me happy.
Right?
Well, I've got two. Terri Ann and Comeback Kid.
Ooh.
Okay, which one of them we played.
Yes.
We're
Right.
gonna play the other one.
Right.
For
good.
sure.
And see,
Yeah.
and the problem we had, I came here and said, okay, we got to get a couple of songs in for this interview, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there and I said, oh, I got to get that one. I got to get. So 20 songs later, I'm almost full up here. So we've got about 2 minutes to conduct this interview. So now, but I've got to tell you, I followed your career since I met you at Poor Fathers. And the interesting thing is, when I sat down with you one time, I started talking about famous performers, and it amazed me that you worked with most of them.
I've worked with a lot of people.
Yes.
Yeah.
The lead singer to the guy that sung the remake of The Sound of Silence. You told me a little story about him.
Yeah, Dave Draymond from Disturbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up with the guitar player, Dan Donegan, and he was actually in my band Loudmouth. And I've known those guys forever. And when Dan formed Disturbed with Dave Draymond, we would have those guys open for Loudmouth. And Dave was a very nervous performer. He's gotten over his nerves, but Dave used to throw up before his concerts. So the lead singer from Disturbed, he used to throw up before his concerts. I think he's gotten over that by now. I think he has.
I think he has.
Yeah.
And I all owe to you, actually, right? You helped him out.
We did help him out. We
kinda
helped him get signed, and we put him on a bunch of shows, and we definitely helped him out because music's always about helping other people. It's
Yeah,
one business
definitely.
that is not and should not ever be competitive. So we helped him out. We love those guys.
And-
Well, I was going to ask, tell me a little bit about Fly and having a song on the soundtrack for Varsity Blues, the movie.
So Fly was a song about freedom, and Fly was the biggest hit that I ever had with my band Loudmouth, and it reached number 6 on active rock radio. The soundtrack for Varsity Blues chose that song to be the first single for the soundtrack. So Paramount Pictures and MTV unanimously had a song that they wanted to be the first single for the soundtrack, and they thought that MTV and Paramount, they thought they were going into a fight, but they agreed on the same song. Like, oh, well, great, that's the song we wanted. They wanted Fly for the film Varsity Blues. So it was in all the commercials, and it's on the soundtrack in its entirety, like actually in the film. It's all 4 minutes of the song in the movie, and it was unbelievable. The greatest thing for me about that song is it crossed over to Christian rock radio. And once that happened, then we started selling tons of records, which was amazing to me. So just a very positive song, and one of James Hetfield from Metallica, one of his favorite songs ever, which is like really unbelievable to me.
That's
It's
awesome.
unbelievable. It's very
Yeah.
humbling and flattering and unbelievable. I don't even believe it. I don't believe it.
Besides that, have you done some other work for soundtracks?
I've done a lot of different movie trailers and soundtracks for different TV shows and different movies. I've written for Flight Plan with Jodie Foster, Cars 2 with the song I have called Blue Skies, The Osbournes, the show on MTV, The Osbournes. I got a bunch of music and a lot of those episodes and that kind of stuff. And over the years, I've written for a lot of different TV shows and some movies. So I usually get about 1 or 2 projects a year that are like either major motion picture or television.
I mean, how do you find time? I mean, you're always out. Every time I look at, and in fact, that's what we've noticed. Like, we'll be in a city, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's here. We got to go.
I don't know how I find time because my boss is right over there,
Yeah.
and this is the booking agent, and this is the woman that keeps me working forever. Right here, Terri.
And
Great job.
she's the integral piece to you, too, because, I mean, you
Big
guys
time.
are in sync. I mean, I've never, the voices, and, one thing I've got that Kelly and I have become fans about is the love that you share. You come on with each other and you share it with the audience. And someone asked me, well, who's in his band? I said, well, usually everyone, they're invited.
Yes, everyone's invited to be in the band.
Exactly.
You guys are in the band.
Always great. Exactly.
I
Right?
don't go there because the last time we were up on a stage with the band, things didn't go too well.
Yes, they did. But
Really?
I want to know how you guys, I mean, a little bit you
Yeah.
talked about how you met, but I want the whole romantic story.
It was at a romantic spot.
Yeah, T. Yeah, where was it, Terri?
So we met at a Sureguard storage
SureGuard
Basically a
Storage
storage facility.
in Alsip, Illinois.
Yes, on September 30th, 1989. I was there to see his band. I was actually supposed to meet his guitar player.
And I intercepted.
Yes.
That was it. Yeah. So yeah, it was Terri was in a band, and they were called Misunderstood, MISS Understood,
Right.
and they came out to see Loudmouth at our rehearsal spot. We were notorious for having parties on Friday nights. So Terry's band came out, and she was supposed to meet my guitar player. And when I saw Terri come in the room, in the storage facility, I'm like, there's no way that she's ended up with Kurt. There's no way. So I intercepted. I came up to her, and I asked her if she liked beer. And she said, I guess so.
It's okay.
And
yes.
so I knew that didn't go over well. So I
Right.
said, you know what? I knew she was a singer from Misunderstood. So I said, do you know the song by Tom Petty and Stevie Nicks, Stop Dragging My Heart Around? And she said, of course I do. Stevie Nicks is my favorite singer. So we sang that song in 1989 on September 30th, and then we put it on her newest album, Pepper in His Heart. So that's our story.
Yes.
But all
That's
it took was that one song, and that was it.
It took that one song. It wasn't beer. That was my first pickup line. And the pickup line was kind of like, I guess so.
And we have to give credit where credit is due.
Yes.
With that. So this is actually Stevie Nicks' tambourine from the dance tour. So when Robert was out recording with Loudmouth in California, as you know, in a recording studio, if you're not doing the recording, it's very boring.
Right.
So his producer, Joe Barrese's best friend, his name is Bruce. Bruce and I went out to lunch and we were talking about music. I told him I sang, and the next day he brought me Stevie Nicks' tambourine because Bruce was Mick Fleetwood's drum tech.
It still is.
And so the ribbons and all, this is from,
That's amazing.
yeah, this is from the dance tour.
So you guys, that's really Stevie Nicks' tambourine right there. It truly is.
Is it
Yeah.
really?
Don't
And
don't
they
tell
use it.
anybody. Don't tell Stevie.
Can I touch it?
Yeah.
We'll get in trouble.
You can dance around.
Touch it. Lovely.
It looked prettier
I
back
feel
in
like I've been touched by
1998, but
You have. Yeah.
Awesome.
it does glow in the dark.
Stevie. Even better.
Yeah.
Right?
Perfect.
Yes.
So you guys are quite busy. Where's your next gig at?
Our next gig is at New Holland Brewing Company in Holland, Michigan. And that'll be on Friday, August 16th.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect. So everybody get out there and go see them.
Right. And gosh, I can't, I appreciate you guys letting us do this. But this is kind of like our show. We just come up, ask questions, and just leave. And you wonder what happened.
So we're going to tell all of our listeners and viewers to like them on Facebook.
Yes, please
Definitely.
do. Yes. Facebook.com/RR Feddersen.
Yes.
And you can like my Facebook page, please.
And you can follow them and go to all the amazing concerts that they give, because you will not be disappointed.
Oh, not at all. Oh, amazing, amazing performing artist. So with that, we appreciate you letting us do this, and
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
we appreciate you guys for putting up with us, and we'll say
You
goodbye.
guys, give it up for Bill and Callie, you guys. The Bill and Callie Show.
Everybody.
Contract, you guys. All right, so this is Comeback Kid, you guys, and this is a fun song. So let's do this. Here we go. Yeah, so it just rocks that the whole time. Okay, guys, here we go. You ready? Come on now. 1, 2, 3, 4. She went to work, she went to school, she tried her best every day. Married a jerk, married a fool, told her that she could not play. Here comes a comeback kid, here comes a comeback kid, don't know why he ever went away. Here comes a comeback kid, here comes a comeback kid, and this time, kid is here to stay. She said, listen man, I'm starting a band. We're gonna practice every day. Gonna get some gigs, gonna wear new digs, gonna play Dooley's Lighthouse Pub in New Buffalo, Michigan someday. 1, 2, 3. Here comes a comeback kid, here comes a comeback kid, don't know why he ever went away. Here comes a comeback kid, here comes a comeback kid, and this time, the kid is here to stay. She practiced hard, her backyard. Neighbors, oh, they don't complain. And soon her old man, he got with the plan. He joined the band and started playing the bass. Here comes a comeback kid, here comes a comeback kid. Don't know why he ever went away. Here comes a comeback kid, here comes a comeback kid. And this time, the kid is here to stay. That's joy, yeah! Comeback kid, comes a comeback kid. Don't know why he ever went away. Here comes a comeback kid, here comes a comeback kid. And this time, the kid is here to stay. Here comes a comeback kid, here comes a comeback kid. Don't know why you ever went away. Here comes a comeback kid, here comes a comeback kid. And this time, kid is here to stay. Here comes a comeback kid, here comes a comeback kid. Don't know why he ever went away. Here comes a comeback kid, here comes a comeback kid. And this time, the kid is here to stay. Here comes a comeback kid, here comes a comeback kid. Don't know why he ever went away. Here comes a comeback kid, here comes a comeback kid.